Okay, so the first one is in. I'm gonna do this on the second side as well. All right. This is by far the dumbest thing I've done so far. Welcome back to another episode of TACG. In this video, I'm gonna tackle the exchange of my front brake calipers. So follow along in this video to see what could be the reason for the faulty brake caliper. I recognized that during the season 2023, the car was pulling to one side when I was stepping on the brakes. This year, when I got the car back from the garage where I stored my Seville over the winter, the problem got even worse. When I was driving home, I recognized that when I was stepping on the brakes, the pedal hit the stop and then gave in. And finally, somewhere it had a hard stop, but that wasn't very safe to drive. So I got home as safely as possible and knew that I had to tackle the job as soon as possible. So in this video, you're gonna see me struggle with the brake calipers. I'm gonna re-grease the ball joints on the front steering and suspension. And finally, I'm gonna bleed all 4 brakes. But there I have to say in advance that I'm gonna do it pretty wrong. Since I'm starting at the front right, then left, rear left, and then right. Usually, when you're bleeding the brakes, you would start at the brake which is furthest away from the master cylinder. You would start in the rear right, rear left, front right, front left. Nice. So my problem is that the brakes are pulling to one side. I think they pull to the right side. When I got my car, I got this caliper from the parts car. What I want to do now is put in new brake calipers on both sides. This is the passenger side. Here we have the driver's side. You want to watch out that this vent is on the top. The first thing I'm going to do is unscrew the brake hose, then opening these 2 screws so I can pull the caliper out. The brake shoes, there is enough material on it on both sides. So I'm gonna reuse them and just switch out the caliper. I guess it's a 7/16. Okay, the hose is loose. The next thing is the lower bolt and the upper bolt. These are Allen screws. Okay, one is loose. Second one. I don't care that much about the brake fluid since I have to refill it anyways. Alright. Top screw and bottom screw. And here is the brake caliper. Come on. Oh yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna reuse those. This exchange was overdue. Look at that. This is ripped apart. So this here are the new ones. It's the screw. I hope that fits. Oopsie. This looks neat. Oh yeah, screw fits. I'm gonna reuse the old spring as well, since it isn't too long ago when I did that. I'm gonna use copper paste on the back side here, but I think I'm gonna need new brake shoes as well. These have to come out first. What I did, I used some copper paste on the back side of the brake shoe. So, one and two. I'm gonna use copper paste here too. And hope that it is not squeaking. I'm gonna get new brake shoes as well. These have seen better days. Here goes the brake shoe. And now let's get it back on. I use here copper paste too, just a little bit. Copper paste on the top too, just a little. Oh, okay. so this is still relatively loose because there is no brake fluid in the cylinder. I have to get the air out later on when both sides are done. Lower bolt as well. Look, this slides smooth. I can't wait to do the first test drive. These are copper seals. This metal is softer, so you can squeeze them together. You want to use the first copper seal, and the brake hose, and the second copper seal. So this is what I'm gonna do now. First copper seal. Second copper seal. And now back. So I want to make sure it's tight to squeeze the seals so nothing won't leak. Yes, that's it. Sweet. So this is closed. Okay, so the first one is in. I'm gonna do this on the second side as well. But first, let me get some lunch. I just cleaned this with brake cleaner. Since somewhere I put my finger with grease on it. Okay, so this side is done. Let's move over to the passenger side. Yeah, so the first side went really well. I really enjoyed this work. I mean, it's nothing special, it's just exchanging the brake calipers. But even these kinds of work I'm really enjoying. First, let me remove this hubcap. And I'm still struggling with commenting. I'm trying to improve myself along the way, so bear with me. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. This one I painted the driver's side as well, but the caliper was faulty, so I exchanged it with one from my parts car. This one is the remaining original caliper. So out with the old and in with the new. As before, the first thing I'm gonna do is loosen this hose, and then bottom and top screw. So let's do this. It won't move. Because of the lock. Oopsie. Okay, here we go. Let's hope these open up as easy as on the driver's side. Okay, I found something. The brake caliper opener. Yeah, so on this side I was struggling pretty hard. I didn't even think of maybe I was turning the screw in the wrong direction. Since all my ring wrenches are at my garage, I have to be creative to create some kind of lever. So maybe this works, hopefully. A bit of WD-40 helps most of the time, but in this case, why should it help? And it didn't even come to my mind that I was turning the screw in the wrong direction. So maybe a bit of WD-40, but I gotta be careful to not get anything on the disc brakes. I remember unscrewing them the first time. It was just as a mess as right now. I didn't even think of turning it right or left. I just did it. It didn't work, and I did it with even more force and WD-40 and a hammer and an extension for more leverage and heat. This gives me more leverage. Hopefully. If you look at that, this is the screw. It screws to the arm. I have to get here and lubricate this screw. And it must be here. Hopefully this does the trick. Otherwise, I'm gonna use heat. This works well. I'm afraid of twisting the head. Okay, heat it is. So, I think these two screws got a fair chance. Now I'm gonna treat them with heat. When you use heat, you gotta watch out for plastic and rubber parts, since they don't like heat at all. Oh, oops, the right direction helps. God, I'm dumb. This is just so dumb. This is by far the dumbest thing I've done so far. Holy moly, I can't believe how dumb this was. Honestly, this is the dumbest thing I've done so far. All right, 1, too. All right, now the caliper comes off. Here we go. This looks pretty okay-ish, but who knows? Out with the old and in with the new. Same as on the other side. I'm gonna put a little bit of copper paste on the back side here. This is in number 2. Here the contact surfaces are here, left and right. Both sides have seen better days. So here we go. As I mentioned in another video of mine, the 18 facts about the Cadillac Seville, I mentioned the wheel bolt pattern. 75, 76 had the Chevy wheel bolt pattern, and from 77 on they had a 5 by 5 inch bolt pattern. A little bit of copper paste here as well. Okay, one. All right, these are tight. Yep. Now the brake hose, and again one on the outer side, one on the inner side of the brake hose, like this. That. So I turned the wheel straight to get a better fitment with the hose here. Next thing is I'm gonna fill the master cylinder and get all the air out and refill it with new brake fluid. So let's do this. Oh, so one last thing. Clean the brake surface with brake clean. All right, so nice and clean. Now let's fill the master cylinder. I'm popping the hood. And now watch out for the brake fluid of the front brakes. If you've ever filled in new brake fluid, it's usually clear. The first thing I'm gonna do now is get all this fluid here back out. This fluid looks nasty. So I want to get all this out and fill it with the new. In the rear, it looks better. I don't know if you can see it. It looks way better than the front. But I think it has to do with the rusty old calipers. So yeah, I could have used my vacuum brake bleeder tool, but I didn't think of that.
So I did it the quick and dirty way.
This looks okay-ish. Maybe I'm gonna empty that as well. Since I have nothing to pull this out, I'm gonna make it the wrongest way possible with these paper towels. One more time. This looks way better. Okay, something's coming. This is too loud for a Sunday. Oopsie.
Done. You step on the brakes with the bleeder screw closed. I'm opening it up, letting the old fluid and some air bubbles out, closing it again, telling my girlfriend to lift the brake pedal.
Done.
Step on it again, opening it, closing it, up. You gotta repeat this process as long as it takes to get the old fluid out and until there are no more bubbles coming out of the brake cylinder.
Okay, down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Since I have good accessibility now to the upper and lower ball joints, I'm gonna grease them or re-grease them for this season. All right, this one is done. Here is another one. Oh yeah. And the steering gear is another one. And two on the passenger side. On the steering rack. And the outer. And here on the steering linkage. Okay, this one is done. Next one. Nice. This one is done as well. Another one. Oh, come on. Lower ball joint. Wow, that was close. It almost hit the inner side of my disc brake. So the last one is the upper ball joint. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fresh grease is coming. So this one's done. Let's get these back on. Okay, next side. Let's hope this side goes as good as the other one. Nice. So the last thing I have to do is to bleed the rear drum brakes. Down. Up. Down.
Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Okay, down.
Ja.
Up. Down. Up.
Ja.
Down.
Ja.
Up.
Jo.
Down.
Ja.
Up.
Jo.
Okay, down. Up. Other side as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. See you in the next episode. Drive safe, take care und pfiat euch.